What do you know about the special education system?
I know that there are some problems within it. I've heard of children being abused by their teachers, and my brother actually taught special education, a special ed class, and he says it's very difficult, but he says there are so many problems throughout the nation because of corrupt teachers.
If they don't develop proper social skills, they have a lot of problems in getting jobs and being able to be responsible and follow through on the responsibilities of a job and a pattern, a career path for themselves. I do know of a particular young lady who the parents did not offer an opportunity for them to have special education and to be in programs where they had to learn social skills, and now she's an adult in her 30s and has difficulty maintaining a job, difficulty being around family members, and acts very unusual around family members and a lot of inappropriate behaviors. Special needs does definitely affect social skills for my students. They do feel very segregated from their friends. They like to be in the general ed class where they feel a part of their peers and not in a separate learning disabilities class. They also often teased by other kids if they act different or unusual or just if they act very different than their peers. Sometimes they'll look around the room to make sure that they are doing the right thing so that they don't feel different and made fun of. Especially at this age, the teens tend to make fun and can even go toward bullying if they are not behaving appropriately socially in the class.
I didn't have a lot of friends. I know 8th grade I didn't have a lot of friends and my social life wasn't that good, and I'd always tell Mom I just want a friend. And then I had a friend in freshman year, and we were pretty social until we went to college, and she went our own separate way, and then that's pretty much it. There was this one guy, and he was in my freshman year science class, and he would get down on his one knee and say, "Oh, would you go out with me," just to make me, and he didn't really mean it. Or they would say stuff to get me going, and they'd press the wrong buttons, and then they would say, "Just kidding." Or when I had the horrible boyfriend, he would pick on me by saying, "Take a toaster oven, put it in your wall where your sink is, and electrocute yourself." Oh, that was the worst. That was the worst being picked on possible.
depending on the community, it's hard to get families often involved with social skills, especially in the community that I teach in. It's parents with second languages, and they tend to not really teach them social skills, and it's more, the responsibility is more on the teacher, and they do learn social skills from their peers.
I would be at the councils all the time, but they really didn't help for nothing. So I got really nowhere with testing and anything that needed to be done. We had to pull teeth to get it done. I have this when I was in high school, but the special ed kids, they don't have like LS classes. They have where you can, like, one teacher teaches like the regular ed kids, but then has the special ed kids in there, so they don't take. Which I wish they would have had that when I was there, because that would have been helpful. Being with normal kids and then not just being with my kind of people.
Special education programs have changed over time. Since I've taught so many years, I have seen big changes where they're mainstream much more, and they have the opportunity to go into the elective classes, and they also have the opportunity to interact on activities after school, or community-based programs like the Y. They're integrated, so that helps them. The one thing that has changed, the regular education classes, if the students are high enough academically, they have been able to incorporate into the mainstream, into the regular class, and they are definitely more accepted. Students often, especially at this young age, as teenagers, might feel embarrassed and not be able to show their true potential because of they feel so insecure about what they can and cannot do. Often we do overlook that they have a lot of good skills. Like, I have kids that are incredible artists, and they, that needs to be recognized, because those are avenues that they can follow through with. I think it's the self-esteem is the issue on this. Not being able to do their assignments affects their self-esteem, and makes them feel different than everybody else.
Mom would bend over backwards for me to do stuff and to do the school thing, and now they become more social to the program, and now that they know my diagnosis, they're more patient, and Grandma's more patient, and Mom's patient, and Jamie, they really can't fix what I have, but they can teach me.
I think it's important that the students realize they do have a learning disability, and they need to understand that they are just learning at a slower pace. They might have a auditory processing or visual processing, or just need skills where the teacher can give them not only tell it to them auditorily, but also write things out so that they can get a multi-sensory experience. I think the students need to be aware that they're struggling because they have a learning problem, and they can overcome it, and they can become very successful. There's many successful people who have had learning disabilities and are quite successful in their careers and their workplace. So it is important for them to know that they can overcome it, and to learn that to understand that everybody learns at a different pace in a different way, so they don't feel so different.